Just when you thought it couldn't be no more recalls, it only just begun.
We've learned thousands of pounds of bacon are being recalled. It involves a company that's based in Lisle. Maple Leaf Foods is recalling more than 12,000 pounds of smoked bacon. The USDA says the product was not properly inspected when it came into the country from Canada. The bacon was sold under the Royale and Top Value brand names, and it was distributed to Idaho, Oregon, and Washington.
Have you ever heard of Clostridium botulinum? Well, that is the deadly toxin that made the FDA recall over 3,000 gallons of coffee. Now, on July 21st, the recall was given the second highest risk level, Class 2. Now, that Class 2 means the cold brew is unlikely to cause serious health issues, but could lead to temporary or reversible effects. Now, these symptoms usually begin 12 to 36 hours after exposure. If you've had any of these symptoms after drinking this coffee, seek medical attention. Double the blurred vision, droopy eyelids, slurred speech, difficult swallowing, dry mouth, muscle weakness that starts at the face and moves downward, and difficult breathing. The recall list is only getting longer and longer. I think I'll stick to peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Count me out. The look on that man's face right there lets you know he was for all the bullshit.
What is the number that is fine with you? Is there a benchmark? Is it fine? How many children can be raped and it's fine if you're in relation to the immigration community?
If we're going to talk about children being raped, then we need to hold this pedophile president, Donald Trump, accountable, and all those that have been implicated by the Epstein files that the Department of Justice is still not leaking. And they've sent APAC after Thomas Massey for having the temerity to hold accountable the pedophiles that are in control of our government.
Thank you. We appreciate your time very much.
Now, if you couldn't tell, this man was squirming in his boot. Oliver Larkin is a legend. Like I ain't never seen Fox News end a segment that quick ever. I bet you the Commander-in-Chief had something to say about that shit. But inquiring minds want to know, did you enjoy that shit? That right there make your day? I bet it didn't make Donald Trump's. Count me out. So let me bring you up to speed on the events that happened last night, early this morning.
USA is locked and loaded and ready to go against the Islamic Republic of Iran at levels of military terror, strength, and power not seen since World War II. Despite this, we have just been asked by Iran and other Middle Eastern countries to hold off any attack in that perimeters of a deal has been agreed to. This would include the immediate, complete, and total opening of the Hormuz Strait and an end to Iran's nuclear threat. Based on this request, I have agreed, for the future benefit of the world and likewise the survival of a successful and prosperous Iran, to cancel the attack, subject to being able to rapidly make a deal.
This now goes on record as his 8th time calling some shit off. Now, our neighboring states have pressed Trump to hold off, Iran hasn't agreed to shit. Here's the problem. Before this war started, the Strait of Hormuz was fully open. Now, since the war has been going on, Iran wants a piece of the pie. However, the Commander-in-Chief doesn't want that to happen. Meanwhile, gas prices still keep going up. Count me out. So Don the Khan was in attendance today at the World Cup, and boy did he get booed like a motherfucker. But when it was time for Spain to celebrate, this motherfucker didn't want to get out the way. Just watch how many hands try to push him out the way.
For Rodri to lift the trophy and for the celebrations to begin both here and overseas.
It all kicked off from that one hand right there. Then this player grabbed him and pulled him along. Don wasn't moving fast enough, so he patted him on his back. But the icing on the cake, while they celebrating, he just standing there clapping. Talk about what an embarrassment. When will he learn? People don't like him. Count me out. This story right here needs attention, and I'm gonna need you guys' help to do it. Lon Hartman was brutally attacked while he was sleeping inside his tent while attending a Bliss Fest music festival in Michigan. Now, this Bliss Fest music festival was held between the 10th and the 12th of July, and yet there's been no news coverage, no media coverage regarding this story. And what makes this situation worse, the family is being locked out of the police department and the lead investigator is not even speaking to him.
Now, the police department, which I'm currently at, told me that they were going to handle this stuff, that they were going to be in communication with us. They have failed to do so. In fact, they said that they were going to, they don't know who we are and we could be blowing smoke up their ass, possibly before people flee and everything like that.
Sure. But at the same time, I don't know what your credentials are. I don't know if you could just be blowing a bunch of smoke.
It is now 2:09 p.m. The office closes at 4 p.m. and I'm going to show you that as well. And I told them I was going to bring the mother and they locked the goddamn door.
I say if anyone has any information, these numbers listed right here, get in contact with them. It's really starting to be a shame that we have to bring attention to matters like this because the media won't. Because if we can't help this family get some type of answers, then who will? When a United States military commander tells the whole world to be on high alert, you know some shit is up. Listen to this shit.
It's essential. When I look around the globe, Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, and others are increasing their collaboration and their cooperation as their interests align against us. We see this clearly in Ukraine. While President Trump pushes for a peaceful resolution to a horrible war, China continues to fund Putin's war machine. Iran continues to supply technology and weapons. And North Korean combat troops remain in Russia on Ukraine's border. And of course, there's a confluence between Russia, Iran, and Venezuela and their dark fleet of oil tankers that is helping to fund the war.
After hearing that, it seems to me a World War III is approaching. Why would a United States military commander issue this statement to the whole world if he didn't see it happening? Now ask yourself this question and be honest. Was the world in this position a year and a half ago? Now I know for some of y'all that's a tough pill to swallow, but facts are facts and some of y'all hate the facts. I don't believe that many people are actually following along. They just enjoying the ride. Somebody please get me off this motherfucker. Count me out. Now, according to U.S. Central Command, which was released today, 2 service members were killed by ballistic missiles, while 1 service member is still missing in Jordan, which makes this the first military fatality from Iranian fire since March. 4 additional American service members were medically evacuated to hospitals in Jordan, but since have been discharged, according to SITCOM, while other personnel have sustained minor injuries and have already returned back to duty. SITCOM have said that they will withhold the identities of the fallen service members until 24 hours after the next of kin has been notified. Now, President Donald Trump said today that the deaths were a very sad thing. On top of that, we hate to see it happen. It's in service to our country. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth acknowledged the news on X this morning, saying, "Godspeed, heroes. Their sacrifice only stiffens our resolve." This now brings the death toll to 16 service members killed since this war was started. I'm sure a lot of us are wondering the same thing. When will this war finally end? Count me out. It's funny that Trump spoke about what he spoke about last night, because I'm sure a lot of people don't remember this.
Look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes. So what are we going to do here, folks? I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break.
I already know what many of y'all are thinking. It's AI, right? Nah, nowhere near it.
The words used by the president and the president's chief of staff, give me a break, cooperate, compromise. Were they asking you to join them in a conspiracy?
I guess maybe they were just trying to intimidate me and cajole me into something.
I know this man didn't say he guessed they was trying to do something. We all know what that motherfucker was implying you to do. Like you ain't gotta be a rocket scientist to figure that shit out. Couldn't even get a straight answer from that guy. But he had the audacity to speak about corruption? Count me out. Oh, I almost forgot. Donald Trump also said this last night.
Recently, we found significant numbers of burn bags in formation, and this is a group of bags that were used to destroy information given by President Barack Hussein Obama to be burned. It was supposed to be burned. These bags were supposed to be at a different level by different people, incinerated and checked, but it never happened. Maybe we got lucky.
I honestly don't know how to respond to that. Because every time I've tried to make this video to show y'all, they say it's against community guidelines. But how is it against community guidelines if the motherfucker said it? I feel like at this point, TikTok only wants certain shit to be seen and not seen. Meanwhile, this motherfucker was broadcasted on national TV. Like, why censor it if it's some truth to what the motherfucker said? Or maybe it ain't no truth. Count me out. ABC, NBC, and CNN said, count me out.
In a rare move, NBC and ABC Fake News have both said that they would not cover this speech. They knew what it was about because of the fact that they don't like the topic, because they know how corrupt our system is and they don't want to reveal it.
Maybe it's fake news.
They and others in the media are part of a plot. They want to continue this fraud for whatever reason. They want to keep it going. They want to protect the radical left.
Before some of y'all say he ain't pressed, he pressed than a motherfucker. Because if he wasn't pressed, he never would have brung it up to begin with. Many Americans knew hours before he gave this speech that ABC, NBC, and CNN wasn't covering that shit. They didn't want to listen to no bullshit from 6-7 years ago, and neither did I. But if this is true, why wasn't this revealed last year? Why reveal it right before the midterm elections? Like, it still ain't gonna change the outcome. Count me out. Most of America already know how Hunter Biden feels about Donald Trump, especially how Donald Trump talks about his father. But this response, priceless.
Donald Trump sat down next to you right now, what would you tell him?
Okay, this is a question. I would tell him to go fuck his fucking self.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
I second that response because I would say the same damn thing.
I mean, like I can be civil and I can tell you, like, oh, well, listen, he's a president. I don't want him to be pissed off at me. It's president of the United States. Well, obviously, wouldn't you want to have a constructive? Fuck that.
Why not Hunter Biden for 2028? Since being president these days, you don't need qualifications. The way that Hunter Biden has been trolling MAGA lately, and on top of that, he's not afraid to let you know the truth. I would really love to see this confrontation between him and Donald Trump. Wouldn't you? If not, no worries. We know what to do with people like you. Count me out. Many of you motherfuckers ain't gonna admit, before this outbreak hit, Taco Bell already made you go to the bathroom. But now, according to the Washington Post, Forbes, and others, they're taking a more aggressive approach. Our health officials cannot confirm that a link between the parasite and Taco Bell exists, but it's still not stopping the fast food chain from removing some ingredients from off of its list. Now, according to WWL-TV, so far Taco Bell has removed guacamole, lettuce, pico de gallo, cilantro, onion. Like, the only thing you can order from off their menu is a beef and bean cheese burrito. Cases have been reported so far in 31 states since May 1st and are suspected to be linked to contaminated fresh produce, particularly leafy greens and herbs. But inquiring minds want to know, have you ate at Taco Bell lately? And if you've been thinking about going to go get some, hopefully this video stops you. Don't worry about me, I'ma stay far away from this shit. Count me out.
Here's what I will say. It's actually pretty easy to not get shot by an ICE officer. These illegal immigrants, they have been warned.
Pretty interesting that she says that, as this is now the second time this week that ICE has used deadly force. Early this morning, an ICE agent fatally shot a Colombian man in Maine. Now they're saying that allegedly he was in the vehicle. He pulled out the vehicle. And the term the secretary used was he weaponized his vehicle and then ICE shot him. Now what makes this worse is he was a 26-year-old native of Colombia, but he was also authorized to work in the United States and had a social security number. On top of the fatal shooting that happened in Houston that cost this man his life, and as of today, Minnesota obtained evidence for the Renee Good and Alex Petty shooting. But this motherfucker has the audacity to say that it's real easy to not get shot by an ICE agent? How are you reporting the news but don't know what the fuck's going on in the news? My bad. I'm doing it again. Count me out.